Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's both fascinating and a little unnerving: the rising military powers challenging the long-standing dominance of the West.
We're talking about nations that have been strategically building up their armed forces, investing in cutting-edge technology, and flexing their muscles on the global stage. We're going to break down the top 6 players in this new world order of military might.
We'll examine their arsenals, their capabilities, and the potential threats they pose. From hypersonic missiles to cyber warfare, we're going to unpack it all. This isn't about fear-mongering, though.
It's about understanding the shifting geopolitical landscape and the forces at play, so buckle up, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get into it.
Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications bell for more content.
First up, we've got China, a nation that has been making headlines with its rapid military advancements. Man, these guys are no joke. Their military prowess is something the world is taking very seriously. They've been on an absolute tear, modernizing their military at an insane pace. From upgrading their technology to expanding their forces, the scale of their progress is staggering. We're talking about a massive expansion of their navy, with new aircraft carriers popping up like mushrooms after a rain. These carriers are not just symbols of power, but also a testament to their growing maritime capabilities.
And don't even get me started on their hypersonic missiles. These weapons are game changers in modern warfare. These things are straight out of a science fiction movie, capable of maneuvering at incredible speeds and evading traditional defense systems. They represent a significant leap in missile technology. It's some seriously next-level stuff, the kind of advancements that make other nations sit up and take notice.
Then there's their cyber warfare capabilities. This is an area where they've invested heavily. They've got an army of hackers who can wreak havoc on digital infrastructure, potentially crippling communication networks and financial systems. The implications of this are vast and far-reaching. It's a whole different kind of battlefield, but just as crucial in modern warfare. The digital realm is where many future battles will be fought.
And let's not forget about sheer manpower. The human element is still a critical factor. China has the largest standing army in the world, with millions of active-duty soldiers and a massive reserve force. This gives them a significant advantage in terms of numbers. They've also got a huge population, which means a vast pool of potential recruits if things ever get really hairy. This demographic advantage cannot be overlooked.
Look, I'm not saying they're itching for a fight, but they're definitely sending a message. Don't underestimate the dragon. Their actions are a clear signal to the world. They're a force to be reckoned with, and their growing military might is reshaping the balance of power. This shift is something that global leaders are closely monitoring.
China's rise is a major development, and it's something we need to be paying close attention to. Their influence is expanding in multiple arenas. They're playing the long game, strategically building their capabilities and asserting themselves on the world stage. This is a calculated and deliberate effort. It's a whole new ballgame, folks. The era of modern China's military transformation is here, and it's changing the global landscape.
Next up, we've got Russia, a nation with a formidable military presence. These guys have always been a major military power with roots that go deep into history. They have a long history of kicking ass and taking names, showcasing their prowess on numerous occasions, and let me tell you, they're not slowing down anytime soon. In fact, they're ramping up their efforts.
They've been upgrading their arsenal, investing heavily in research and development, developing some seriously intimidating weapon systems that are designed to give them an edge. We're talking about things like the Avangard hypersonic glide vehicle, a marvel of modern engineering, which can reportedly reach speeds of up to Mach 27. That's insane. Imagine the impact of such speed. It's practically impossible to intercept, making it a game changer in modern warfare. And it gives them a serious strategic advantage, one that could shift the balance of power.
And then there's the Poseidon underwater drone, another technological marvel, a nuclear-powered behemoth that can travel thousands of miles underwater and deliver a massive payload. It's a silent but deadly force. It's like something out of a Bond villain's lair, a true testament to their innovative capabilities, and it has the potential to change the game in naval warfare, making the seas a much more dangerous place.
But it's not just about the fancy new toys. Their military strategy is comprehensive. Russia also has a massive nuclear arsenal, second only to the United States. This adds a significant layer of deterrence. They've made it clear that they're not afraid to use it if they feel threatened, which is a sobering thought. This adds a whole other layer of complexity to the situation, making global diplomacy even more challenging.
And let's not forget about their experience in unconventional warfare, which is extensive. They've been involved in conflicts all over the globe, from Ukraine to Syria, showcasing their tactical versatility. And they've shown a willingness to use every tool at their disposal, from cyber attacks to disinformation campaigns. These tactics are designed to destabilize and confuse, making them a formidable adversary in the digital age.
Russia is a wild card, man. They're unpredictable, they're assertive, and they're always ready to make bold moves, and they're not afraid to challenge the status quo, pushing boundaries and testing limits. We need to be paying attention to what they're doing and understanding their motivations. The stakes are high and the world is watching.
Now, let's talk about North Korea, a nation that has long intrigued and alarmed the world. This is a country that's been shrouded in secrecy for decades, with very little information escaping its borders. It's ruled by a regime that's as unpredictable as it is isolated, led by Kim Jong-un, who has maintained a tight grip on power. But one thing's for sure, they've been busy. They've been building up their military capabilities at a rapid pace, investing heavily in both conventional and unconventional weapons. And they've got some surprises up their sleeves, constantly pushing the boundaries of their technological advancements.
They've been testing ballistic missiles like crazy, launching them with increasing frequency and precision. Some of these missiles are even capable of reaching the United States, a fact that has not gone unnoticed by the international community. They've even claimed to have developed a hydrogen bomb, a weapon of immense destructive power. If this claim is true, it would put them in a whole different league in terms of destructive capability, making them a significant threat. The potential impact of such a weapon is almost unimaginable, with the power to cause widespread devastation.
Now, there's a lot of debate about how advanced their technology actually is, with opinions varying widely. Some experts believe they're still years away from having a reliable nuclear deterrent, citing technical challenges and resource limitations, while others are more concerned, pointing to recent advancements and successful tests as evidence of their growing capabilities. But regardless of where they're at in their development, the fact that they're even in the game is a cause for concern. Their mere presence on the global stage as a nuclear-capable nation changes the dynamics of international security.
And then there's the human element, the sheer number of soldiers they have at their disposal. North Korea has a massive army, with over 1 million soldiers on active duty, ready to mobilize at a moment's notice. They're known for their fanaticism and their unwavering loyalty to the regime. Their willingness to fight to the death makes them a formidable force, one that cannot be underestimated. Even if their equipment isn't always top of the line, their determination and discipline make up for it. This combination of sheer numbers and intense training makes them a significant military power. Their arsenal may not be the most advanced, but it's certainly effective.
North Korea is a wild card, man, a nation that defies expectations and operates on its own terms. They're a reminder that there are still players out there who operate outside the norms of international relations, challenging the status quo, and that we can't afford to take our eye off the ball, because in the game of global politics, unpredictability is a powerful weapon. Next up, we've got Iran. This is a country with a long and storied history, and they've been at odds with the West for decades. They've been under sanctions, they've been threatened with military action, and yet they've managed to not only survive, but thrive. And a big part of that is their growing military might.
They've been developing their own ballistic missile program, which has made a lot of folks nervous, especially in the Middle East. They've also got a powerful network of proxies, like Hezbollah in Lebanon, which gives them a lot of leverage in the region. But it's not just about the hardware. Iran also has a lot of experience fighting asymmetrical wars, using guerrilla tactics and unconventional warfare to great effect.
They've been battle-tested in places like Iraq and Syria, and they've shown that they're not afraid to take on much larger adversaries. And let's not forget about their strategic location. They're right in the middle of one of the most volatile regions in the world, sitting on top of a massive amount of oil and gas reserves. That gives them a lot of influence, and they know how to use it. Now, let's talk about Pakistan. This is a country that's often overlooked in discussions of global military powers, but they're a serious player in the region. They've got a long-standing rivalry with India, and they've been investing heavily in their military capabilities to keep up.
The big game changer for Pakistan was their development of nuclear weapons. They conducted their first nuclear tests in 1998, becoming the world's 7th nuclear power. This was a major shift in the balance of power in South Asia, and it's something that India has had to take very seriously. But it's not just about the nukes.
Pakistan also has a large and well-trained army with a lot of experience fighting in mountainous terrain. They've been involved in several conflicts with India over the years, and they've shown that they're a tough opponent. And let's not forget about their strategic location. They're right next door to Afghanistan, which has been a hotbed of instability for decades. They've got a lot of influence with the Taliban, and they're playing a key role in the ongoing peace process. Finally, let's talk about Turkey. This is a country that's been undergoing a major transformation in recent years. Under the leadership of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, they've been asserting themselves more and more on the world stage, and they've been investing heavily in their military to back up their ambitions.
Turkey has a long and proud military tradition, dating back to the Ottoman Empire. They were a major power in the region for centuries, and they're starting to flex their muscles again. They've been involved in conflicts in Syria, Libya, and Nagorno-Karabakh, and they've shown that they're not afraid to project power beyond their borders.
They've been modernizing their army, acquiring new tanks, drones, and other weapons systems. They've also been developing their own indigenous defense industry, which has produced some impressive results like the Bayraktar TB2 drone, which has been making headlines for its effectiveness in combat. And let's not forget about their strategic location. Turkey sits at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, controlling the Bosporus Strait, which is a vital waterway for trade and energy shipments. That gives them a lot of leverage, and they're not afraid to use it. So there you have it, folks, the top 6 military powers challenging the West. These countries are all investing heavily in their armed forces, developing cutting-edge technology, and asserting themselves more and more on the world stage. It's a whole new ball game out there, and it's important to understand the forces at play. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about being informed and engaged in the world around us.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the rise of these new military powers? Are you concerned about the future of global security? Let's have a conversation. Thanks for watching, and comments or suggestions would be appreciated.